sometimes knowing that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing doesn't mean that it's easy. Just last night, I read a news article on my phone that was from a stay-at-home mom's perspective on how she can convince her husband that it's worthwhile for her to stay at home. And that just hit me because my husband values me a lot. He appreciates the fact. In fact, I'm on the other end of that spectrum. I feel that I don't contribute. I feel that maybe things could be different if I had a job. I have been a stay-at-home mom for over 22 years now, and it affects my self-worth sometimes. And I don't know, this has just been like stewing around inside of me as something that I feel like I need to talk about, because I think that there's a lot of us out there that struggle with self-worth. When I started thinking about talking about this, I actually Googled self-worth, and it said that it's often confused with self-esteem. I can honestly say that one of the things that I struggle with is I don't bring in any money. And Clancy always tells me, hey, what I bring in is what you bring in. And I can only bring it in because you're here taking care of our family, making the meals, making sure that things get done. But I still struggle. I struggle with buying myself clothes. I struggle with spending money on myself because I don't feel like I get a paycheck. I actually don't know many stay-at-home moms, and it feels like sometimes I'm hard on myself. I feel like I'm not as smart as them because I don't have a job. I hear them talk about their job. I hear them talk about the things that they do, and there is this little part of me that goes, oh, like, I wonder if I can still learn. Like, seriously, I'm so tired. I just started sleeping through the night a couple of years ago, and I wonder if I could still learn. I do have aspirations of what I would like to do with my life, but right now I'm homeschooling 3 kids, taking care of Bailey, who is sick, and getting her to appointments and things like that. So I don't have a lot of room in my life for doing school. Now, if I really wanted to do it, or if I really had to do it, I definitely could, and I would step into that. But for right now, I had plans to actually do something this year, but COVID really changed all of those plans, and that's okay. I'm just going with it. This is where I'm supposed to be. And even in knowing that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I do know, like, deep down to my core, I know that that's what this staying at home with my kids is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know that this is what's best for our family, and it's a decision that we made together. It still doesn't make it easy. So sometimes knowing that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing doesn't mean that it's easy. I have to say that staying home with our kids is really hard. It's not an easy thing. You know, of course, like, you guys just see little clips from our days, and I've even cut back on vlogging because homeschooling has been really intense this year. But there are definitely some issues going on in the background. There are some struggles with learning, and there are days that my kids get up and they have no desire to do school, and those days can be really tough. I have some very strong-willed little members in our family. In some ways, I guess what I feel like I struggle with is a lack of success. I talk to my friends, and it's like they've set a goal and they reach it, and their bosses or managers really appreciate it, or they go above and beyond, and that's not really the way it works with being a stay-at-home mom. Sometimes it can be kind of thankless. I might go above and beyond, but Clancy is really good about telling me that I've done a good job, or that he appreciates that I wash the sheets and make the bed, you know, all of those things. But sometimes it's not enough, which makes me have to pause and think about, where am I drawing my success from? Where am I drawing my value from? And if I'm drawing it from my job, then I'm not going to be happy. The thanks that you get, I have to say, because we have kids ranging from 22 all the way down to the age of 7. And as I see my kids becoming adults and seeing them be kind and seeing them be amazing individuals, when I see my kids reach out to somebody else and do something kind, I know that what I was teaching them got through. I think the younger kids have got an older, wiser mom, maybe a little smarter. But the older kids definitely got the mom who had a lot of energy. And I also feel guilt for that. And sometimes I'm hard on myself because I feel guilty about the fact that my younger ones don't get the same energy as the older ones did. But where am I drawing my success from? It also can't be based on how my kids turn out. It has to draw on, I'm doing this because I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And even though it's really hard sometimes, if I know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I might go through a cycle of, oh my goodness, I am not worth new clothes. I am not worth spending money on. I am not worth all of these things. But I know that I'll come out the other side of it. I do know that we wouldn't be where we are financially if I wasn't staying home. And that might sound kind of funny because yes, I could definitely go to work and make more money and maybe pay for more things or pay off debt or all of those things, but I wouldn't have the time to work on the finances that we do have right now. And we have managed to pay off a bunch of debt because I do have the time to watch different budgeting videos and read websites that teach you and help you learn how to budget with what you have. That has made a huge difference in our finances, but still sometimes that doesn't feel like enough. My faith is definitely one of those things that helps me to gather worth. I have to make sure that I don't let my worth come from all of the things around me. They can be a small piece of it, but at the center of it, I've learned, and I'm not perfect at it because I'm telling you this because I struggle. I just went through a struggle recently about feeling like I needed to go get a job. You know, when things get tight financially, that's my first thing. That's where my insecurity lies. As soon as I start to feel insecure, I think, oh, I should have a job. I should be out working. I should be helping, because me being at home is just a waste of time and a waste of money. And it is such a struggle. I'm so thankful that I don't have to prove to my husband, like that news article was talking about, that I'm worth having at home. I'm so thankful for that. That is a huge blessing for me. But instead, I have to work on finding my self-worth. So I just want to put it out there for you stay-at-home moms, for you stay-at-home dads, for anybody who might stay at home with their kids, raising them. If you have things that you struggle with, or if there are things that you have found that help you with self-worth, if it's books, if it's some sort of devotion, if it's a website or a blog or something like that, go ahead and comment down below. I would love to see how other people deal with self-worth. And in no way, shape, or form am I saying that only stay-at-home parents struggle with self-worth, because I know that self-worth can be something that anybody struggles with. You can work at Walmart, you can be a high executive and still struggle with self-worth. But I just wanted to put this out there because this is something that I deal with. It's like a cycle in my life. It kind of comes around, and I just feel like I'm meant to share it. I'm meant to talk about it, and I'm meant to just kind of bring it out there in the open that this is real for me. My life is not all roses, and we tend to share the good things on our channel, but there is a lot that you don't see, and maybe some of those are the days that I do struggle with self-worth. Thanks for watching. I hope that maybe I helped you see into my life a little bit. I just want to be open and honest with you about the struggles that I have gone through. And I hope that just by being open, that there can be a conversation about how hard it can be sometimes, and real with you guys about what my life is like and where I struggle. And that doesn't mean that I am not thankful for the opportunity to stay at home with my kids, because I really, truly am. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that in some way, just being open and real about it can be helpful to others who may possibly be going through the same type of feeling and struggle that I am. Thanks so much, and we'll see you soon.